Well, all right. Beans and greens, wake and bake. They trying to blink like I haven't wasn't on earlier. It's just like freaking day 8. Well, it's technically day 9, but for for sake of the videos, it's day 8. Anyway, so as far as it goes, it's like 6 in the morning. I'm drinking Folgers, and I was smoking on some Jelly Roll. I'm over here coughing my ass off because I've been smoking all day. I really don't honestly need to smoke anymore, even though I'll probably try to finish this J off just because. Anyway, so been getting a little movement. So it's pretty cool. I've been putting in a little bit more effort. I've been watching another YouTuber. It goes by the name of Atreus. He was sort of stuck in a rut, stuck at a certain account, and he just started to just lately trying to switch things up, trying to make his things better, trying to soup everything and make it look a little more professional. Which is what I'm trying to do. So I know I had gotten a little advice on some things I could add to my videos, so I did that to one, and right away I'd gotten 3 views. I know it's not a monumental 25. I see one guy today like 25,000 views in like 3 hours. Not that, but it's something. So that shows me that I need to keep doing more of that. So in the coming days, I'll just keep doing that, and then we'll see. 100 days. I think after the 100 days, what I'll probably do is more like 2 to working on tunes a week as opposed to 5. But the podcast will continue 5 days. And the only reason why I break working the tunes to 2 is because I have some other shit I gotta start doing that'll be piled in on all this other shit. So that's something. Shit. So now, as far as the music goes from earlier, like definitely got some made some headway. Messed with a few techniques that I was the side shading. That one I was trying to use that. It's not that I couldn't. It's just between all this time I never really attempted it. And I've been trying to get better because I'm using the Native Instruments machine. I've been working on getting better with using that. So, all in all, this song is coming together. So I got a definite plan for that. I know I've been saying that, but I really do now have a definite plan. So right now, just doing sort of basically doing sort of the bass part of the song. The foundation, the drum, and a little bit of effects and other sounds and some of the synths. And this is basically how my workflow goes. So once I do that in the machine, I'll bounce it out, make a WAV file, bring it back into FL, and then add other synths on there and shit like that. So therein lies the other part. Now this endeavor is also forcing me to do what I wanted to do, been wanting to do for a while. This is basically design my own sound. So, I've been setting up to start doing it today, later on when I wake up. Start designing me a folder of my own patches for Serum. And I also got some other ones like Vital. There's Vital and there's another one. And start just making a bunch of patches, my own different sounds and shit like that. Of course, for different genres too, because I got my trance stuff. That's gonna be the first stuff I'm gonna work on. The drum and bass, jungle, dubstep, even some like cyberpunk type shit. I'm getting into, and all that stuff I'll be, of course, working on tunes. So sometimes it does take me 2 weeks to work on the song, but I'm determined to have it done this week. The workflow will be greatly reduced now when I start making all my different sounds and stuff. This way, I don't have to, go through and spend hours searching. You know what I mean? And one of the good things is, and is basically it's one of the best things I love about doing my own sounds is being able to modulate them how I like, you know, instead of, when the presets, they're already predetermined, so you can only do certain things, but anybody watch this modulate, I mean, college word. Not really, but yeah, it is. It's just basically how the song fades in and out, or certain notes fade in and out, or basically the characteristic of the note, basically not the song but the notes. Modulate in and out, up and down, back and forth. Even though it's sound, they do have those same sort of characteristics as a person. You go doing, back and forth, up and down, in and out. And even when you talk about sound, it's the same thing. So when you go in and out, it's like you're going through a door, coming out the door. So it's the same basic concept as a human, as a person going through it. And then you can make the sound go from left to right. A person can go from left to right. And I guess it's all characteristics of just being one with everything. Everything is everything, really. You think about it. The whole idea that, and this is on my conspiracy sort of thoughts but that everything is sort of a frequency, a vibratory frequency. So that where the sound is, what I'm saying, we emulate that in our person, because we're basically a bunch of sound frequencies creating mass. The best way I can put it, and even going back to like I love Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings, and basically how the god of basically Lord of the Rings, Iluvatar, how he created life is with sound. So he created the Valar with sound. He created the Maiar, which was the lower beings from the Valar. So you had Iluvatar, Valar, Maiar. And then there was one before that. Then elves, dwarves, man. And then land, and they manipulated the land and light and everything through sound. And even if you watch like the Rings of Power, there was scenes or something in the show where, because we're dealing with dwarves and they lives in the mountains, and how the dwarves would interact with the mountain basically, and basically manipulate the mountain to do things, they would use sound. So it's that basic concept of manipulating the sound is basically what I mean by modulation. I think it's a long-winded way of just saying make it do shit. I know, like talking about bringing it all back to the Lord of the Rings and shit, but that it is very fascinating that you you can represent, or you can take sound and manipulate it in a way that represents human movement. And even in a way, and even being that we are billions and billions and billions of I know the concept. I'm trying to, but it's just that there's made up of vibratory frequency, and music itself can influence our own frequency. That's why they say that a lot of music that's played on the radio is created at the BPMs that mimic our heart's BPM. That's makes the music more suggestive because now it's becoming part of you. It's part of your makeup. That's why you have things like there's a viral clip. It's a restaurant here in Florida. As a matter of fact, I think it's like Melbourne. And yo, the whole friggin' it was I think it's like Waffle House or some shit like that. And like the whole restaurant turned up to like the Kodak Black. I think it was a Kodak Black song. Everybody in that whole restaurant was just turned up to the song, rhyming it word for word for word for word for word. And it was mad ill because it was like black dudes, it was white dudes, it was everybody. It's that vibratory frequency that connects with people. You know what I mean? And that's how come you could have things like that. I mean, that's not the first time I've seen that kind of thing happen, but it's still ill when you see it, and it was caught on video. But I remember going to like Gainesville back in the day when they won the national championship. And I remember it was a national championship, not with Tim Tebow. I think it was like Danny Warfield. Is it? But it was the one before Tim Tebow. And they had like a parade going on the main strip in Gainesville. So I remember riding out there, and I had a car, you know what I'm saying, had a little system, you know what I'm saying. I was riding a few people deep. This is when I was young. I had a little money back then. But I can remember just riding down the street, you know what I'm saying, blazing the song, you know what I'm saying, and people on the corner just fucking vibing right along with us. So it's not to say not to compare or like say, not to say anything bad about the situation. What I'm saying is that's just also another visual representation of how the sounds, you know what I'm saying, connect with people, you know what I'm saying, even on a larger scale, because, we're talking about riding down the street in basically like a parade condition, you know what I'm saying, thousands of people running down the streets, and you know what I'm saying, they connecting with the music coming from my car. And the same thing with this, you know what I'm saying, this shit in like with this song, and I believe it was the Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was in there rhyming and vibing to the song and turned up to the song. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? They surprised. I got to be honest. I've been in Florida for a while. I mean, I know I'm from New York, and I got a little bit of the accent still. You know what I'm saying? But there's some things about Florida, bro, that You know what I'm saying? And that that's not that's not out of the ordinary, honestly. You know what I'm saying? White people and black people turning up on some hood shit in Florida? Yeah. Yeah. It'd be white, black people. You know what I'm saying? You do get some Hispanics. A lot of times, I know here in Tampa, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Mexican cats, they usually stay away. Sometimes they intermingle with everybody else, but you know what I'm saying? They stay to themselves. They do their thing. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? And then but usually, you know what I'm saying? It's the in the hood areas, it's the white and black. You know what I'm saying? You have, you know what I'm saying, your little racial tension between hood whites and black and shit like that, but that's that's not that big a thing. You know what I'm saying? That happens. That's just the world. But hood black, hood white, white guys, and you know what I'm saying, even Hispanics, like not the Mac. I'm talking about Cuba's a big one, because I got a couple of Cubano friends. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I'm saying? That shit went viral because this shit is ill, but yeah, and that's the great things about this. The great thing about sound. You know what I'm saying? It's all based off of not only cadence. You know what I'm saying? It's not only, you know what I'm saying, the driving the beat and how it connects with your soul and your heart and based off of the BPMs and all this other stuff, but then it's also the cadence from the rapper in this case. You know, usually with newer hip hop, it doesn't necessarily connect with me so much. So the moment itself, like the music is for me was, but yo, the scene, that's what life's about. That's what life's about. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I seen it. You know what I'm saying? I seen just, but specifically, that's what I love so much about music. So I just thought I had to bring that up for a second because I just be thinking the world would be so surprised. You know, they sit on Florida a lot, and there's some things about Florida that be like mad wild. But I mean anywhere. But there's some ill things, and that's one of them. I say straight up, and it's good that people get to see that because that's one thing you're gonna see when you come to Florida. You're gonna go to Waffle House after the clubs. You know what I'm saying? Lit out at 3 in the morning. The Waffle House sometimes it may be a brawl. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers fighting and throwing food to play on the place, or 1 minute everybody's turned up to the songs and shit. Oh, they don't know. You know what I'm saying about being in the at the what they call the gyro places. You know what I'm saying? Long lines in the gyro places, motherfuckers vibing and shit. Or it used to be back in the days, the McDonald's on Fowler and like Nebraska. Long lines and everybody turned up. You know what I'm saying? Music blasting and it usually be the same shit. Or there be some shit they used to have. I don't know if they still have it down in Ybor. Like not on the main strip, but like in the like sort of like in the back. You know what I'm saying? Going towards the underpass, towards the end. Well, not the end. Oh well. Okay, so you got Ybor and you got downtown. So what you would do is you would leave Ybor, go to downtown, like right over there, right over by where they used to have the house with the Punisher movie. I remember a few times going over there, and they had like little fields, and people would set up and shit and turn up. Of course, also there's the races. You know what I'm saying? You see them, they go on Gandhi. That's the craziest shit. Driving across the Grandy, driving across the Gandhi Bridge. One of the motherfuckers is racing. Got caught not a few times. That's just some of the ill shit. But back to going back to my initial thing of talking about. With me going down and actually putting in the time and stop being lazy. That's been the bane of my existence for a while. You know what I'm saying? Lazy. I should have been started doing this shit a long time ago. Just lazy. But yeah, but me now forcing myself to do the things I gotta do to be able to, create how I want to create. You know what I'm saying? Now I'll be able to create the sounds and then be able to manipulate aspects of the sound how I want to. Like I did that side chain on the little beat I did. Check it out on the other podcast. So I did the side chain, and it was it was on the synth, and I side chained the synth to the bass drum so that the synth fluctuates with every hit of the bass drum. Sort of a standard thing, I guess. But there was times I would try, or as a matter of fact, I was even trying to do it with those same notes that I was doing it, but I was actually doing the fluctuations manually, which would have meant that I would have to go in and then, because I'm not the best keyboardist, so I get the gist of it, and then I go ahead and change the MIDI notes to fit. So doing it manually, I had to go in and then sync everything up, quantize all the notes, the time, and then maybe change a little bit of the velocity to give it the more work than I had to do. It just hit a few selections, side chain, click click, change just a few knobs to adjust the sounds of what I wanted to fluctuate in and out. Boom. And it was perfect. So anyway, just to say, if you never been to Florida, you coming to Florida, that's what they said. You may run into that. Just saying. Shit. It's like, what time is it? Wow. Okay. 6:30 Eastern time here in Florida. It's just supposed to be a wake and bake, but I'm getting ready to go to bed. As a matter of fact, I still got dishes to do. I don't want to do them, so I don't have to do when I wake up. Try to make this thing at least 30 minutes, but tonight's gonna have to be 29 minutes. I can sit there and stare at this for 2 minutes, but nah. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow, or shit, later on today. I think I'm gonna try to do all my streams early today, because I'm actually really excited about the song that I'm working on. So we'll see, because it's 6. But yeah, Day 8's over. 100 days to 1,000. I'm out.